Okay, good morning everybody and welcome back to yet another beautiful day here on AppleGate Farm. My name is ClayDoh and as you can tell, today is the first day of winter, so welcome! The last season of the year before I take my little 2-week vacay at the end of the season, but that'll be 27 days from now, we don't need to worry about that. Anyway, I have some very exciting things to do today, so let's waste no time and pull up that to-do list. Alright, so the first thing that I want to get done today is try to collect 100 pieces of clay. That's right, because recently we've ran out of clay in our quest to plant as much fiber as possible. Let's see, where is it? The fiber seeds right there. Yeah, we don't have any of those now, so we're gonna need to go to Ginger Island, the mines, pretty much everywhere you can think of to collect clay and harvest it just for a little bit to bring my collection back up. Next up will be to chop down all the hardwood trees that are currently standing. I believe, I would assume and hope that all the ones on Ginger Island are finally fully grown so we can chop those guys down. And finally, we are most likely out of hay for all the animals, so we'll need to go to Marnie's place and buy probably 800 or 900 hay for all the animals this winter. So yeah, a lot of chores getting done today, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun regardless. So yeah, well, that's the to-do list. We can move that out of the way and bring in today's daily question. Keeping up with the topic about my current health condition as of my YouTube post yesterday, do you prefer liquid medication or medicine in a pill form? Me personally, I like it more in a pill because then I can just drink it down and it doesn't taste like anything. So that's how I like taking my medicine. If you asked me like 10 years ago what I would prefer, I'd say liquid medicine because I thought the pills were weird, but now I've grown to them. I've grown on the pills. I'm a pill guy now. But let me know what kind of form of medication you like in the comments down below whenever you're sick or anything like I am. But with that being said, we have things to do today. So let's begin, shall we? You know, it's crazy. I can actually say good morning in this episode and actually mean it. So right now, it's about 9:30 in the morning. I know. Thank you. Hold your applause. Thank you. This is actually a time where I'm actually recording it in the morning hours of the day. And it's not even because like I'm sick from work or anything. I'm sick, but I actually had today off anyway, so I love that, right? But anyway, yeah, like I mentioned in my post yesterday, I have a little bit of discoloration in my eye. It's kind of more pink than normal. Not fun. Not fun at all. And thank you, Gus, for the soup. Anyway, I went to like the little, it's called the emergency center, but it's not really like it wasn't an emergency, if that makes sense. But, ooh. Happy birthday to Krobus. We can actually give him one of these diamonds. I'm sure he'd love it. But anyway, I went to that little urgent care to get my eye checked out. Well, actually, that's a lie. Scratch that. It was less to get it checked out and more to just like go there to get medication for it. So now I'm on the eye drops for like another week or so. But they also said, yeah, so you can't return to work until your eye is no longer red, or at least until this date. So I can't work until like Thursday this week, which is just awesome. You know, I do enjoy not getting paid for multiple days in the week. Ironically enough, I can go back to work on payday, so. And luckily, none of the days that I'll miss this week affect my pay for this upcoming check, but next one, yeah, I'll notice a little dip in my amount, but that's okay. It comes with the sickness, you know. Happy birthday, Krobus. Oh, a gift to remember the day I hatched. Thank you. Krobus means bridge crosser in our language. That's a pretty cool name then. Let's see. Actually, I don't think I need anything from you today, Krobus, but thank you for your wares. All right, let's sell these diamonds really quick. Okay. So let's go to Ginger Island to start mining some clay after we grab these diamonds, because I don't think those were done just a second ago. Actually, no, before we go to Ginger Island, let's go to Marnie's place and buy all the hay that we need, because I'm almost positive we're out. And I don't want my animals being hungry or mad at me. That's the other thing I don't want them being. personally. Let's see. There was something I wanted to share with you all. Oh, yes. So yesterday, me and my little brother, we went out to Micro Center because he wanted to upgrade some parts on his computer because he had picked up a new CPU to upgrade his computer. And it turns out he has an AM4 board and the CPU is an AM5 board. Basically, for the non-PC folks, or the people who don't really understand what those terms means, it's basically just like a different kind of board for the computer. And the chip is incompatible with the board because it's a newer gen and the board is an older gen. So what he would need to do is go to a store and pick up a new board entirely, which is what we did. We went to Micro Center and we picked up a new motherboard, the RAM, which hurt his bank account, I'm sure. Oh, sweet. Good neighbors. Why the heck would I skip this? This is awesome. Aw, they love each other. Look at them go! Your new neighbors seem to be thriving. Ah, lovely. We gotta visit them now. We'll go to Marnie's house in just a second. How's it going? Help us and I'll give you something nice. Okay, smoked perch and a snail. Okay. How's it going, Miss Raccoon? Nice. I'll get working on that soon enough, because I don't know if I have any snails. Anyway, back to the story. So we go to Micro Center to get all the things around. And he gets all of the things. It's a little expensive, but we bring it back home. We start building the computer. Because basically it's almost an entirely new computer. The only things that he's carrying over to the new computer are his graphics card, which was a 3070, and his old SSD and hard drive. There we go. Okay. So we started building the computer. I think it took us like a couple hours to build it. And on the first boot, we turned the light on and the CPU light was red. And that means something is wrong and something needs to be fixed. But alongside of that, there's a light underneath that one, which is a DRAM light, which was yellow. That one also indicates something is wrong with the RAM, which there was. We, after a long time of troubleshooting and asking ChatGPT, like, hey, what's going on here? What are these issues that's happening? We had eventually determined that the RAM was fine. Nothing was wrong with the RAM. However, the motherboard itself seems to be defective. So anything that's in the B slots of the motherboard, at least in terms of RAM, will make the computer not boot. So there are 4 slots in a motherboard for RAM. There's 2, they're all in a line. There's 4 slots. The first 2 are the A slots and the second 2 are the B slots. We've stuck the RAM in the A slots of the RAM. Those work fine. If we have a single stick of RAM in the B slots, all of a sudden it doesn't boot. So the most logical conclusion to make is that something is wrong in the motherboard or the CPU. Either the CPU is not reading the B slots properly or the motherboard is just broken, at least in terms of those specific slots of RAM, and something needs to be brought back to Micro Center. So that's the situation we're in for that. The plan is to likely bring it back to Micro Center, have them look over it and like the Genius Bar or whatever it's called, and just have them figure out if it is the CPU or if it's the motherboard. I'm going to assume that it's the motherboard that's the problem. Because I say that, but like the motherboard and the CPU were both brand new out of the box when we put this thing together. So I don't know. My hope is that it's the motherboard because we bought that at Micro Center, and if it is, they can just replace it and get a better working one in there. All right. Let's see. We can get a lot of clay already from here. This is good. All right. First, let's get this hardwood tree chopped down, though. But I'll keep everyone updated on the saga of the computer building. Right now, my little brother is using his computer as normal, just without one stick of RAM in it, because that's just what he's got to do right now. You might be asking yourself, why not just put both the sticks in the A slots of the RAM? You can theoretically do that, and it would boot as normal. However, it doesn't really help performance-wise for the computer. So what you usually want to do is when you're installing RAM, you want your slots to be in the A2 slot and the B2 slot, which is the second and fourth slots for your motherboard. I'm not really sure the technicalities behind it, so my explanation might be a little warped here, but what I'm assuming it does is it gives you the best well, I'm not assuming, this is what it does. It gives you the best performance when you put the RAM in those sticks specifically. Don't ask me why it does that. It's just, that's what I know it does. I couldn't really explain to you why it does it that way, but that's just how it works, I guess. But yeah, there you go. Little lesson on RAM today. Didn't think I'd be the teacher of that subject, but here we are. But yeah, when we finished building the computer and put it all together and everything like that, it just made me very grateful that when I built my computer back in 2023, everything worked on the first boot. Not only that, but like I don't need to upgrade it anytime soon. That's another huge thing. Because my computer is very good. I don't want to brag because I don't like doing that, but my computer is quite nice, to put it simply. All right, let's see if we can get some clay here. Will this work? Will we get any clay from this? Probably not, because it's just sand, right? Yeah. I think it'd have to be on like the dirt tiles. And this is all sand. Okay, so here's what we'll do. We'll go back and we'll just go through the mines to do all this. Holy cow, almost 200 hardwood? Let's go. Let's go. I don't think we're gonna get 100 clay, but dang. Dang, that's a good amount of hardwood. All right, let's put all this stuff away though. All of you away. No, stop it. All of you away. Stop it! All of you away. We'll keep the clay out because I need to know how much I have. We can put the golden coconut in here. And the taro roots can go in there. And we can throw all that away. Perfect. And it's already nighttime, just like it would be in real life at around this time. In the winter. Specifically in the winter. We're still in the middle of summer right now, so it gets dark at like 8, which is super nice. Super nice. All right. Sell all of you for just a little bit of profit. All right. Now the fun begins. How much clay can we get in one expedition? I almost forgot. I need this tool, not my pickaxe. Mines. And we're going to go down to, what was it, level 15? Is that what it was? Yes, it was. Look at that. We're already finding some stuff already. There we go. Just get them out of the way. Good. Okay. You know what my favorite thing is about making these videos, by the way? I don't think I've ever shared this little story. My favorite thing is just like being able to talk and just have a good time whenever I'm doing these things. Obviously, I did well, my major in college was broadcasting. So, I mean, you can tell where I get like my voice from. Well, I guess the voice is all natural. That just came from me, you know, that's how it works over here. Okay, good. I don't need him digging another hole up. Canceling more clay from me, I guess. But I love doing broadcasting, just like speaking, sharing stories and stuff like this. And personally, I think I'm pretty good at it personally. I love sharing little stories, things that have happened. like, all that's fun for me. I do enjoy doing that a lot. I've shared many a stories on this channel about things I've done, experiences I've had, and I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's fun to have and share moments like that with people. It's good for like connections and stuff, you know? All right, these squids are annoying me. All right, now we can dodge them. But there was a point to this, and I'm trying to remember what it was. I got a comment recently. I say recently, it was on, 2 days ago on episode 420, where they mentioned that they really liked the stories that I shared. And then they obviously answered the daily question. I don't know, that comment just touched me. I'm like, this is why I do these things. You know, it's a lot of fun. I like inspiring others and just making people smile. That's like my MO for these things. I enjoy helping others have a good time, you know? Maybe they're having a bad day. Maybe they're just, you know, not feeling it today. I use this channel as like a space for people to just come by, relax, have a good time, maybe listen to some Stardew content in the background or any other games I might play in the future, because we all know this series is not going to last forever. We're already getting close where I'm thinking to myself, I don't know if this series is going to make year 6 or not, but, well, I think it'll make year 6. I don't know if it'll make year 7, I should say. Regardless, I want to make this channel a safe space, if that makes sense. You know, just like a time for people to come by, chill, and have a good time. Have a good time enjoying and listening to some games, or just me speaking for a little while, you know? That's what I like. And that is what I will continue doing. So, all the support and everything like that, it truly does make a difference in the channel too, because it shows me like I'm doing the right thing, people are enjoying this, and they want to see more of it in the future. So, you know, that's the whole thing. That's pretty much it. I don't really have anything else to say on that topic, because I'm kind of, at this point, just speaking to be heard. I'm just kind of talking. There we go. All right, we're at 53 clay, and it's only 10 p.m. We got time. We got time. No. We can do this. Oh, thank you, Toadbert. Thank you, Toadbert, dude. You don't understand. I really didn't want to mess with that squid, but you, sir, saving me countless time, dude. And my goodness, the cave carrots, dude. 41 cave carrots. We've found more cave carrots than we have clay in the mine specifically, because we started, remember, we started with 20 clay already. Ooh. Did that say 28 damage? Okay, fine. There we go. Okay, back to our regularly scheduled hoeing. It's gotta be a better way to say that, man. There's just gotta be a better way to say something like that. Yeah, right, there we go. 58, can we get to like... I know we're not gonna make it to 100 clay, we're running out of time for that, but can we make 70? I think 70 is plausible. Maybe. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Let me just retract that statement. I think having 58 clay right now is perfectly okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Two health. Yeah, you know what? I think two health is a sign enough to say we should probably stop. 58 clay is great. Can't even complain about that at all. Okay, well, I guess it's time to catch some Z's. All right. Well, hello, Leah. All right, well, good night, Leah, and good night, Calvin, good night, Ella, good night, Herb, good night, Rascal, and good night, Shrouts in the Wall. Alrighty, now then, let's take a look at that to-do list and mark things off here. So first of all, we did not collect 100 clay. We only got 58 of it, so about half as much as I would have preferred, but obviously it's still a good start to how many we've had initially, which was 0, so anything is better than nothing. We did also chop down all of the hardwood trees that I had planted, and a couple of others on Ginger Island as well, so that's huge, guarding us almost 200 pieces of hardwood, so for now, we should have enough hardwood for a little while. And finally, we did buy all the hay we needed for the animals this season, and possibly spring as well, so sweet! We won't have to worry about that for quite some time, which is always nice to see. So for today, we got ourselves a 2 out of 3. Not too shabby at all. We will take that very happily. All right, well, there's only one thing left to do now, and that is to check our profits. So let's do that. And there we go. Not too shabby. Oh, you know what? I almost forgot to mention this sometime in the video. When we went to Micro Center, I have this thing called the Micro Center curse, which means anytime I go into that building, I always come out with something. This time I upgraded my mouse. I upgraded from a Glorious Model O wireless to the second version of it. So it's basically the same thing, just slightly better than the other one, which is a few years old at this point. So that's pretty much it there. So yeah, I enjoy Micro Center a lot, a little too much sometimes. But anyway, that does it for today's episode. So if you guys really enjoyed this video, maybe, possibly, you can show your support by doing these things down below. First of all, you can give this video a like. You can also comment on this video, share your thoughts, maybe a favorite moment that you enjoyed in this video. Another thing you can do is share this video with absolutely everybody you can possibly imagine sharing it with. If you're on mobile, you can hype this video, and maybe it does something in the algorithm where it makes more people want to watch it. I don't know how hyping works, but you should probably do it anyway. Finally, if you're new around these parts and you enjoyed your little time here on my corner of the internet, maybe, possibly, perchance, you could subscribe to the channel. Maybe, think about it. At least give it some thought. You know, I'm not going to force you into this decision or anything like that. It's your choice at the end of the day, but at least consider it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. It really makes me happy when everybody watches these things and just has a grand old time. Anyway, as for me, I'll be back tomorrow with some more Stardew Valley content. Bye!